Welcome, ladies, degenerates, and gentlemen, back to the Degents Picks Pod. NFL Week 8, college football Week 9. Um, I would like to preface this episode with a sincere apology for the horrific picks that I put out last week. But I would also like to mention this is really for my own good here. Despite being 1-4 the past 2 weeks in the NFL and 4-8 last week in college, I still have an overall record of 26, 27, and 3 in college. So a little under 500, not terrible.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
25, 21, and 1 in NFL with 2-8 the past 2 weeks. So I'm okay. I'm still
yeah,
floating,
yeah.
but bad week last week for the public and for myself. How did you do last week, Rich?
Did okay in NFL, 3-2. Not bad, but I had by far my worst Saturday in college football. By far. On the year, I was up like 13 units total in college football, and Saturday alone, I went 3-9 minus 6 point something units. It was not a great showing. Started out 3-1, and then I lost the next 8 bets on the day. So it was a tough one, but it's gambling. It's going to happen. Overall, in the year, very, very happy with how I've done. Those days are going to happen. But I mean, this is a new week. Time to get into it, and let's flip it around. It's going 9-3.
Yes, sir. After a down week, all you can do is get better.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I had to add up my total records there for my own sanity and just to make sure that we know we're on the right track here and don't get discouraged. Stick to the game plan. Bad weeks are gonna come, but
Oh yeah.
still doing okay here.
Oh yeah.
Couple bad beats in college for sure, but that'll happen to you.
Happens to the
Anyways,
best of them.
yeah, that's a little recap for us there. Um, which we haven't really been doing much of that, but that's okay.
It's good to do it every now and then though.
A little reflection never hurt.
Yeah. I usually update on I have my record actually on my Twitter profile in the bio.
I like that.
I just update it. I've been slower on my updates. I actually updated them yesterday for last week, but I usually do it the day after. But anyway, it's fully updated. Currently 82, 70, and 4 in college football. So a lot of a lot of plays. But plus 5.4 units after being up 12 and a half last week. But 27, 34, and 3 in NFL. Have not been good at NFL, but the last I want to say the last 3 weeks I've been positive. At one point I was down 14 units in NFL. Now I'm only down 10. So that was my goal. I tweeted out. I was like, despite being down X amount of units in NFL, my goal is to get back to even by the end of the year. So I've got my head down. I'm grinding. Got a good amount of NFL plays this week. I like this week a lot. So
Yeah.
yeah, I like this week a
Well,
lot.
speaking of, let's hop right into it. We had Bucks Bills last night. I saw you tweet out Bucks plus 10. I was also on that side.
Mhm.
So good night for us last night.
Mhm.
But let's hop into Sunday's matchups here.
Yes, sir.
Um, we'll start it off in Miami. Another big spread. Dolphins favored by 9.5 against the Pats. Over under set at 47. I do not have a play here. I told you last week I'm done betting the Patriots, and that pretty much means I'm done betting on the game in general. Unless I really like the line on the other
Yeah,
side, I will not be taking the Patriots game until further notice. So nothing here for
yeah,
me, but we know how it usually goes down in Miami with the boys.
yeah. No, exactly. And to go off of that, the Pats historically, even throughout Brady's tenure, they're due for a dud down in Miami every single time. They don't play well there. They haven't played well there for um,
Long time.
dozen years now, 12, 13, 14 years now. So, with that being said, I am on the Dolphins minus 9.5. Um, The Dolphins lost to the Eagles on Sunday night. They go back home. Pats off a really big win. I think this Pats team isn't good. They surprised me last week. I was on that side, but they surprised me last week with how well they played. I think, but like the overall picture, I still think this Pats team is actually down in the dumps. So I like Miami at home minus the 9.5. They take care of business against the lesser opponents. So unfortunately, I think the Dolphins will win this game by 10 plus points.
Yeah, and Bill still has not beaten Tua. Um, So that's another reason to go that side. But I'm not going to lay 9.5. I think division matchup is tough to lay that many points, even with how miserable the Pats have been aside last week.
Yep.
Nothing there for me. I will be watching on my Ramondre jersey on right now.
Andre, let's go.
Moving on, we got another divisional matchup. Philly goes to Washington. They're favored by 7. Over under set at 43.5. I have no plays here. Commanders spoiled the Eagles' undefeated run last year, but they have been very up and down this year, and lately down. And Philly with a big win at home Sunday night last week. I expect the Eagles to take care of business, but I'm not comfortable laying the full touchdown here.
Yeah, no, I hear you. I hear you. I'm going Commanders plus the 7 points. They always play this Philly team tough. It seems. As you said last year, they spoiled their undefeated season. Earlier in the year, they took them to overtime in Philly. Also, like you said, they have been up and down tremendously this year. It's either they look like a playoff team or they look like the worst team in football. They definitely got some stuff to figure out with the offensive line. I think Sam Howell's been sacked 40 times this season, so they got a lot to figure out, and it's especially against this Philly defensive front. I think Sam Howell has his work cut out for him this week, but I don't know. The Commanders always seem to play him tough, and I think at home, especially, I think they have a good chance to cover the 7 points. So that's a side I'm on.
Yeah, the theme this week, at least what I was noticing, a lot of home dogs. A lot of home dogs this week. I think there's 7 or 8 just in the 1 o'clock slate alone. So keep your eye out for that. I think you'll see a few for me coming up.
The dogs are barking.
Oh yeah.
Dogs are barking.
Next game in Dallas. Rams travel to Dallas. Cowboys -6 off a bye. The Cowboys are. Rams lose to the Steelers last week. Over under set at 45.5. Again, no play from me here. I did want to take the Rams plus the 6, but I got scared away from it. Cowboys off a bye. This game could go one way or the other, and I didn't want anything to do with it, to be honest.
Yeah, no, I feel you. I do feel you. I am on the Rams though, plus the 6 points. Cowboys are off a bye. That kind of scares me, but I feel like I don't know. The Rams this year kind of like played to the level of their opponent. They kind of like last week at home against the Steelers. I think I know the Steelers have a pretty solid record, but overall, I think the Rams are the better team. I don't know. What would you say? They were favored, right? They were favored by a few points there.
I think they were -3. I took them. They were, yeah, Rams. I think it was maybe 2.5.
Yeah.
Or no, it was 3.
It was
Yeah, it was
3.
3.
Yeah, but with that being said, I feel like they kind of play to the level of their opponent. I mean, they won at Seattle. They won opening week. Then they play the 49ers the following week. They cover that spread. The Bengals they're off to a slow start, but they played them. They lost by 3 points in Cincy. So I think they played a level of their opponent, and I think they're going to come down to Dallas to get ready to play this one. I'll take 6 points. And also, the Cowboys got Philly on deck in Philly. I'm not saying they're going to sleepwalk through this Rams game, but I think they might come out slow. And I think this Cowboys team is looking a little bit ahead towards Philly next week.
I like it. I like it. Next game, speaking of the Steelers, we go to Pittsburgh. Jacksonville travels to the Steelers. Jags favored by 2.5 over under set at 41. I have three plays technically, actually. I'm taking the Steelers plus the 3. Like I said, home dog, Mike Tomlin. Jags are going for 5 wins in a row. I think the Steelers make this one tough at the very least and keep it close. My other play is George Pickens over yards and over receptions. The past few games for the Jags can go back, I think, pretty much in all 5 of their wins. They have good stout running defense, but the lead wide receiver for pretty much every team they've played in the past 4 or 5 weeks has gone for a lot of catches and a lot of yards. And I think George Pickens does the same. And that really has been the highlight of the Steelers offense. So if I think the Steelers are going to keep it close, I need a big game from George, and I'm going all in on all 3 of those picks.
Nice. I like that a lot, especially with Deontay Johnson coming back. I feel like that opens a little bit more space for Pickens. So yeah, I like that. I got nothing in this one. I've been kind of going back and forth on this. I don't know. I just feel like the Steelers, after they win a game, they kind of soften up a little bit, but I also don't want to be the asshole that takes the Jags on a 5-game win streak and then they lay a dud, you know. So I got quite a few plays this week, so I'm not going to try to force something here.
I hear you. Yeah, I can't resist Mike Tomlin as a home underdog. And I should have fucking did it last week too. He's like 18-5 and something, 5-1 against the spread as a home underdog, or maybe just an underdog period. I can't remember exactly.
They were in LA last week.
Yeah, I know, but just as an underdog period, I believe.
Yeah,
Mike Tomlin's pretty good at covering, so I'm gonna ride with the trend here. And like I said, I think George P has a big game. Next game in Green Bay. Vikings favored by 1.5 over under set at 42. Minnesota coming off a huge win against the Niners on Monday night. The Packers coming off pretty much. They have bye last week? Or they played the Broncos, right? They played the Broncos, I think. Yeah.
Yep, they played the Broncos.
That was a stinker. They don't look very good. With that being said, after a huge win for the Vikings, I'm taking the Pack at home plus the 1.5, plus the 1 wherever you get it at 1.5 right now. I'm taking the Pack. Yeah, my reasoning here is the Vikings really haven't looked good until last week. I know Kirk's been balling out, and the Packers have looked like shit. But going into Green Bay, another divisional matchup, another home dog. I think the Packers bounce back this week and they keep this one close and possibly win outright. So give me the hat.
Yeah, I lean the I don't have anything in this one. I do lean the Packers. These teams always play each other tough. Seems year in year out, it's high scoring. I do lean the over. I think there's gonna be a little bit of points here. I don't. I'm not gonna take a play in this one. Like I said, I have quite a few plays. So I'm not gonna force anything, but 2 division rivals, you know, so it should be a close game either way. I'm thinking like a last second field goal type of thing, and I'm hoping the Pack can get out on top, especially for those. I mean, these are toast the division winner futures.
Oh yeah,
those are toast. But yeah, you never know. It would be a big one. Be a big one.
I do have the Packers win total over. I think we need to win 8 and 7.5. So it's be a good one to get.
Yeah, that would be a great one to get for sure.
In the Meadowlands, we go. Giants, another home dog. Giants, Jets minus 3 over under set at 36.5.
Are they really a home dog though? The Met
Uh, well, we have a home dog and a home favorite in the same game.
the
um,
MetLife Bowl.
they are the home team on the sheet, though. So that's why I say home dog. I don't have a
Mhm.
play here. I wanted to take the Jets,
Mhm.
but I mean it's the New York Bowl, and I just think I think they're both teams are probably going to get up. It's probably close. And for that reason, I got scared off the three, and I'm not really confident in either team.
Mhm.
Sauce coming back, DJ Reed coming back. That's big for the Jets defense.
Oh,
I don't
huge.
know if it's Tyrod or Daniel Jones, to be honest. If it's Tyrod, I would lean the Giants, but I got
Ty God Taylor. Um, I got the Jets -3. Um, I just think they're too stout defensively for this Giants team to put up any points. And especially you said Reed and Sauce Gardner coming back, right? So I think the Giants have a very, very hard time moving the ball. And it's not like this Jets offense is anything crazy special, right? But I think they put up enough points to cover this game by 3. I got them actually 2.5 -120, but I avoided that hook. But that's a side I lean. I would play it up to 3 as well. I would not play it at 3.5, but up to 3.
I like it. I like it. I just realized too, also those George Pickens picks that I gave out, there was not a line that I could find anywhere, so that's why I didn't give out receptions, number, and yards. But I'm taking the over on the whatever ends up coming. Just wanted to say that.
Is there a number in mind that you won't take it at? Like, what do you think your limit is?
I think for catches, if it gets like above 6.5, I probably would be a little scared. But yards, I'm taking.
It'll
Taking
it'll
as
it'll
much as
it'll
I can.
probably it'll probably be like 4.5.
4.5, 5.5, maybe. Yeah. But I couldn't find it. I looked on a couple books. I couldn't find it out yet. It's a little early.
Yeah, I'm gonna guess his line over
Okay.
over 4.5 catches -145, and then
Okay.
over 62.5 yards -120. I'm gonna write that
Okay.
down.
Okay. I'll give my guess too. I think the catches would be 5.5
Yeah.
at like minus 105 ish, and yards. What'd you say? 62.5?
That's a 62.5. Yeah.
Um, hold on. Go 71.5,
Okay.
minus 110. He's
Okay.
had 100 plus in his past 2 weeks. So I think
Mhm.
they try to get ahead of that a little bit. All right. Well, we'll see. We'll see where that ends up. Fun little whose line it is anyway. Shut up, PMP.
Yes, sir.
Next game in Carolina, another no, no, not a divisional matchup. I'm bugging. Um, they're just both shitty teams, so I think it's a divisional matchup. I'm thinking AFC South and NFC South. Shitty teams, shitty divisions. Um, Panthers off a bye. Texans -3.5. Texans off a bye too, actually. Um, over under set at 43.5. I got the Panthers +3.5. It's disgusting. It's absolutely putrid, but another home dog. I'm taking it. I know CJ and the
Oh,
boys have looked good, but I'm taking the Panthers.
boy. I love that though. I got the Panthers +3.5. It's disgusting. That's awesome. I mean, it is. You're right. It's truly gross. I puked in my mouth a little bit when you said it. But I'll be I don't like any sides here. I'm gonna be on the over 43.5. We got a battle of the number one and two picks here, and I think they kind of show out a little bit. I think these guys score a little bit of score a lot of points here. It's at 43.5. I'm thinking this game could potentially get over 50. So that's where I'm going with this one.
Yeah, I think the Texans have been playing well, a little bit above expectations, and the Panthers have been so bad that they can't get worse. So I think this matchup is something that they can get up for and maybe have some life and maybe sneak out with their first win against the Texans team that have been playing a little bit above their heads
Mhm.
this season.
Heard you.
So and you get the hook with the home team. So I like the Panthers there.
A hook in the home team, man. It's tails of his time.
Mm-hmm. Next game, Saints at Colts. The line is -1 for the Saints right now. -115 on the money line for the Saints, -105 for the Colts. Over under set at 43.5. And I am on the Colts money line, -105. Um, I hate this Saints team. They're so boring to watch, even though they did make a late comeback last week against the Jags.
Mhm.
I hate them. I hate them. I hate them. I hate them. Indy at home put up what 40, 42, 41 against the Browns last week. The historic Browns defense.
Yeah,
Jonathan
put up
Taylor
points.
coming back into form.
Mhm.
I like the Colts here as another home dog, even though it's only a point. So I will take them on the money line.
Hell yeah, my man. I am also on the Colts. I got them +1, -110. Might as well take a money line, but it's the same thing. Just take the 1 point insurance.
Yeah.
They lose by a field goal. Hopefully, it's by a point. That's why I do that. But like you said, they put up what I think it was 39 points, whatever, 40 points against the historic Browns defense. They played unbelievable. And I think they do the same against the Saints defense. The Saints defense hasn't really been playing too well. They started off pretty hot. I think they have the potential to be a really good defense, but they kind of haven't played very well recently. So I like the Colts at home against the Saints team. The Saints could like just figure out their offense, so I think they'd be really good. Like a lot
Yeah, all they
of
do is check
Thomas,
down to Camaro.
yeah, Alvin Kamara. Like
He
they
had
have
12 catches last week.
Yeah,
What
dude,
a bad day.
he's had two games this year. One with 13 catches, one with 12. As a running back.
Yeah, that whole Derek Carr experience must be really, really tough to deal with down in New Orleans and here in Leominster for our buddy there. So I feel for you, but I also enjoy watching you too. So
Absolutely. Absolutely. But
go Colts, Minshew mania, baby. That's that. Next game in Tennessee, another
ooh,
home dog. Falcons at Titans. Falcons -2.5, over under set at 35. Tannehill out. Will Levis set to be the starter with a little bit of Malik Willis mixing in here and there. I had the Falcons on my list. Did I get scared off of them? Yeah, I did. It was the Mike Vrabel home dog. Seems too obvious with the backup rookie quarterback coming in. I like this Falcons team, but the Tennessee defense has been pretty stout. Couple bad games, but they have a good run defense when they play well. And I just got scared off the Falcons, the 2.5. That's the side I was on, but I'm not taking
I'm actually adding this to my slate right now. But I'll be on the Falcons -2.5. Um, I kind of overlooked the whole Tannehill being out, Will Levis and Malik Willis coming in. I mean, this Falcons defense has been playing tremendous this season, and
Yeah, you're right. What the hell am I
they're
talking about?
they're gonna make life miserable
Give me the Falcons.
for those guys. I like this little squad ride mid pod here.
It was the first pick I had written down. And I looked at it and I was like, I don't know, home dog, home dog.
Yeah.
I saw all the home underdogs and I was like, this is the week where I get boned, isn't it? I take the road favorite.
Yep.
But I'll take it here.
It's right. It's right.
Falcons defense.
I think it's the right side. I mean,
Yeah.
get beat by Vrabel home dog, so be it. I just believe it's the right side.
If I get beat by fucking Will Levis, I'll lose my shit.
Yeah. No, I will too.
No, you're right. The Falcons defense has been awesome to watch. Bijan should be in the game this week.
Yeah. Can we talk about that real quick? That was such bullshit last week.
I heard it was like migraine type thing. And honestly, I know people are pissed fantasy wise and shit, but I kind of like the play. Like they still won the game. So in hindsight, it's actually kind of a good thing. Like if he wasn't 100%, keep him fresh. And if this Falcons team can keep winning, you have a fresh Bijan down the road in games that are really going to matter and possibly a playoff game. Hey,
Yeah,
I don't have Bijan in any fantasy league, so I love it.
no, I hear you. I have a lot of stock in Bijan. Texas guy too. I love Bijan, but that's not really the point. Like, yeah, it kind of sucks the timing of it. Sunday morning, if this dude, if it's really that bad, and I believe it was really that bad, it kept him out of a NFL game. You know, like, it must have been really bad. But why is everyone kept in the dark about it? You know, I think the NFL is kind of looking into it, and they might
Yeah, I know they're investigating, but
they're investigating it. But
it's not like he was off. He was on the field for some plays. Like you didn't completely be done. So
yeah, yeah, I know. But yeah, he like warmed up and everything, tried to get right, tried to, but I don't know. You gotta make him questionable, right? Like
yeah, I hear you.
you gotta do something. I don't know. I thought it was weird. I mean, at the end of the day, surprisingly, I mean, if I ended up losing my fantasy matchups, most of them, because Bijan by like 6 or 7 points because of that, I'd be a little bit more upset. But I ended up winning most of my leagues, so water under the bridge, I guess. But I did have Bijan in a couple of DraftKings lineups, and it's like,
Yeah,
what the hell, man? Like like the fuck? It's
yeah.
bullshit.
B and Dylan got boned in a couple of touchdown parlays.
Yeah,
But,
exactly. It's just bullshit.
yeah, weird situation. I'm sure it all gets sorted out, but he's going to be fine. Moral of the story.
Yeah.
Just sucks for
Oh,
us gamblers and avid fantasy footballers.
yeah. I guess there's more to in their eyes. There's more to life than winning a fantasy matchup and hitting a couple $25 bets. But hey, this is what we live for. So
Yes, sir.
information
And guess what? I bet
in the dark.
all those people that bet Bijan touchdown last week are probably going to do it again this week.
Oh yeah. And I'll probably draft him in a couple of my lineup.
Moving on to Seattle. Browns go to the Seahawks. Seahawks minus 3.5. Over under set at 38.
4 o'clock slate now, right?
Yes, this is the first game of 4 o'clocks. We're done with the 1 o'clocks. Thank you
Nice.
for mentioning that. I don't have a side here. I believe it's going to be PJ Walker again. Watson's shoulder is still not right. And when he was in the game last week against the Colts, it didn't look like he was throwing the ball very well at all. A couple passes into the dirt. Took a big hit on the almost interception that got overturned, and then PJ Walker took over and won them the game. So you got PJ Walker in Seattle against this good Seattle team, good Seattle defense. I don't have a side, but I do have a prop. Good old Geno Smith over 1.5 or over 1/2 picks. Geno to throw a pick. That was
Oh,
hard
yeah.
for him to get out. I don't know what
Yeah.
the odds are on it, but that is my play. He's been turning the ball over in the red zone like crazy.
Mhm.
So I expect him to do it again against this Browns defense that is very good. Had a little bit of a lapse last week, but still very good defense. So yeah, that's my play. Geno pick. Geno pick.
Heard you. Heard you. I am on the Browns +3.5. Their defense has been playing incredible. I think they have a nice little bounce back week here. Um, I am. I honestly, the way that Deshaun Watson's been playing, like I honestly might prefer PJ Walker in the game. So
Yeah, I mean he can't throw the ball.
they can't throw the ball. I just like how this Browns team's been playing this year. I've said it from day one. I feel like they're the most slept on team in the AFC in their division. They've been showing out. I wish Nick Chubb was still playing. He'd be a fun player to watch on this Browns team this year. But Jerome Ford and Kareem Hunt have been playing very well for them as of late.
Yeah, Jerome Ford out this week too as well. With
Yes,
the
he is out. Yeah, good call. He is out this week.
ankle. Is it an
He
ankle,
ripped,
right?
he ripped off a 70-yard touchdown run last week.
Yeah. That's what first or second play of the game, something like that.
Yeah, that was unbelievable. But so yeah, but like the Seahawks the last 3 weeks they haven't really their offense hasn't really been clicking. Um, I mean they scored 24 points on the road at the Giants, scored 13 on the road against the Bengals, and then 20 against the Cardinals at home. Uh, this Browns defense, I know they had a little bit hit a little bit of a speed bump last week defensively, but I think they get it back in check and they cover this spread and they shut the Seattle Seahawks down.
I like it. That goes hand in hand with my play as well. So that's right.
Yes, sir.
Jerome Ford, I just look doubtful with an ankle. So you got Kareem Hunt and Pierre Strong, but I think that O line will be good enough that those guys can still carry the load and
Absolutely,
keep them in this game.
absolutely. Pierre Strong may be like if you draft like a DraftKings lineup and you only have like a couple G's left, he might be a sleeper flex play. He might end up getting a tutty or two. But
They hit a
if
couple good carries last week.
yeah, absolutely. But all
All
right.
right. Next game, 4:28 p.m. Eastern in Denver. Chiefs -7 against the Broncos. Over under set at 47. Patrick Mahomes still has not lost to the Broncos. Already beaten once this year. That spread was 11.5 on a Thursday night. Their last matchup, I believe. And the Broncos did cover backdoor. It's only 7 points now in Denver. That's the home field for you.
That was the game that finished on 11 points, right?
Huh?
That was the game that finished on 11 points, right?
Yeah, right on 11. Back to
Yeah.
door.
Yeah. I had the Chiefs -10.5 or -10 actually. So I hit, but the closing line didn't hit.
Yeah, the closing was
It
11.
was weird though, too, because I took them probably like 3 hours before the game. It was on my book. It was -10 or -10.5, -120. And I posted it, and then my brother called me. He was like, how in the hell did you get Chiefs -10, -120? I was like, well, I don't know. It's just what it was in my book. And his was -11.5, -110. I was like, what the hell? But he waited until game time. I think the Broncos started driving a little bit, and he got the Chiefs at -10.5. So he ended up hitting too, which is cool. But
Nice.
yeah,
Yeah, that late money coming in on the Chiefs will do something for you.
yeah, and that is why. Well, that's not why, but there is just I haven't looked at the like the public money and all that in this game yet. I honestly looked at the line and said, you know what? I want nothing to do with this game. I think the Chiefs -7 is just the like when you first look at it, that's the dead play. Like that's what I would take just looking at it. But I feel like there's a lot of money coming in, and I feel like the Bucks are really going to need the Broncos here this week. And I don't want anything to do with that. And I'm not going to be on the Broncos side either. So I choose not to be on that side.
Yeah, I got nothing here either, but I mean the Chiefs are just rolling into form here. Kelsey had what 180 plus last week.
Yeah, that was ridiculous.
I mean, they are ridiculous. Mahomes is he's just different, man. He really
Mhm.
is. Nothing there. We expect the Chiefs to handle business, even in Denver. Next game, Ravens -9.5 in Arizona against the Cardinals. Kyler Murray has been practicing. I don't believe he's going to play,
Nope.
but he's coming. He's coming back. Over under 44.5. Ravens blew out the Lions last week. Lamar looks really fucking good. I have nothing here. I lean the Ravens, obviously. I mean, after last week, you have to, but 9.5 is a lot of points. Nothing there for me.
Yeah, nine and a half is definitely a lot of points, but you know exactly where I'm going, Fuski. You know exactly where I'm putting my money here.
I don't think I do.
Come on, take a
Another
guess.
home, another home dog. Is it the total?
The dogs are barking, baby. Give me the Cardinals.
Ooh.
This is a classic rich play. The Ravens absolutely embarrassed, demolished, tortured the Lions. And this is the time where everyone's like, oh my God, this Ravens team might be legit. And they're going to travel out west. They're going to play the dog shit Arizona Cardinals, and they're going to lay a dud. Upset alert. Watch out for the Cardinals straight up. I'll be taking the 9.5. I don't have those kind of cojones right now, but
I kind of love it. I'm not gonna lie.
it's just a classic rich play. This is what I do. I hit that. I hit the Dolphins. They look like world beaters. They put up 70 points and they go to Buffalo and they get their dicks kicked in. I knew that from a mile away. And it's a similar spot, very similar spot. I mean, not really because the Cardinals suck ass and
No,
Dolphins
I
are
I
going to.
I love it.
But
I'm adding that. Give me the card. Give me the cards plus 9.5. Love it.
if you get it at 10, good for you. But I like it at 9.5.
You might even get it. Yeah, probably. Love it.
Boom.
Okay. Last game of the afternoon before we go to Sunday night. Niners at home hosting the Bengals. Bengals off a bye, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
Bengals off a bye.
Off a bye.
Niners -4. Niners off a Monday night loss to the Minnesota Vikings. Again, still had a chance to win the game, even though they didn't play very well. CMC is not 100%, but he's still a freaking beast. Debo out. Trent Williams did not play last week. I don't know if he's playing in this game. Let me check that real quick. I don't have a play here. I wanted to take the Niners, but I don't like the 4, and it's too much juice for me to lay the money. So I don't have a play here, but I did lean Niners to bounce back. Oh, also Brock Purdy, doubtful, concussion.
Yeah.
So who we have? Sam Darnold. Okay, so yeah, never mind. I don't lean anyone. I'm not touching this game. Trent
I don't
Williams
think.
questionable. Yeah, Trent Williams questionable with an ankle.
Give me the Niners -4. Bounce
Oh,
spot against a Bengals team that is honestly not that good right now.
mid
They're very mid.
so far at least.
They're playing better They're playing better recently than they started, but I still think they got some problems to figure out. And I think it's a good bounce back spot for the Niners. Um, Brock Purdy out, out or
Doubtful.
doubtful, which means out
Mhm.
probably 8% of the time.
On a Friday.
So give me Sam Darnold. I don't think the difference between Brock Purdy and Sam Darnold is a whole lot. I would prefer Brock Purdy in the game, no doubt. But just think you plug in a backup quarterback who's been in the NFL. Not hasn't been a great quarterback in the NFL, but someone who's been in the league for 6 years now, and put him into that 49ers offense, that scheme. I don't think it's really that much of a difference. Like I said, I'd rather have Purdy playing, but um, I don't think it's that much of a difference. So give me the Niners at home, bounce back spot -4.
Yeah. This is one that I might wait on. Maybe when they confirm Brock Purdy out, the line moves down a little bit.
Yep.
So I do still lean that way, but you never really know which Bengals team you're going to get. Their defense has been opportunistic. When I think they've won them 2 games, their defense alone
Mhm.
against the Rams and whatever their last game. I forget what it was, but their defense, but always the Seahawks. Turnover Gino in the red zone. They had like 5 red zone
Mhm.
possessions in the fourth quarter. The Seahawks did, and
Yeah.
the Bengals defense shut them down.
Mhm.
So I worry about that a little bit, especially with the backup quarterback. But
Yeah.
that's a game time decision for me. Nothing here. I do still lean the Niners without Brock,
Yeah.
but we'll see how it goes.
Mhm.
Okay, Sunday night, absolute thriller in LA. Chargers -8.5, hosting the Chicago Bears. Over under set at 46.5. We have Justin Herbert versus Tyson Bagent on NBC Sunday night.
Oh boy, here we go. This is the game I was waiting for all year.
Might be an early one for me.
No,
Eyes wide shut
guarantee,
at 9 p.m.
can guarantee you it's going to be an early one because I'm not betting on this game.
Nope.
Can't touch it. Won't touch it. Um, I I got nothing to say against about this Chargers team. Everyone knows where I stand on this Chargers team as it stands. I want to bet on the Bears, honestly, just because I like Tyson Bagent. I like his story. Uh, and I think the Chargers are just fucking awful.
Mm-hmm. They
But I
are.
said it earlier in the year, no matter what side I take in a Chargers game, I will forever be on the wrong side. So I'm just going to avoid myself the trouble and avoid myself the stress and the angst, and I'm just going to lay off. Um, I might look at a prop or two, but
Oh yeah.
catch me
Gotta have
dead,
something on Sunday night.
dead before I bet this game.
No, I'm not picking a side either. Uh Bajan led the Bears to victory against
Mm-hmm.
the Raiders. Monty Foreman had an absolute day,
Mm-hmm.
but it's still the Bears. Honestly, Herbert hasn't looked very good here.
Oh yeah, he's looked a tad rusty. I don't think it's 100% entirely his fault. I think it's Brandon Staley. But
No, I agree, but I mean, still, you would expect that when the throws are there for him to hit him with as
yeah,
talented as he is.
you know what? Maybe this is my here's my theory. Justin Herbert's taking one for the team here. He's just going to start throwing picks, get Brandon Staley out the door.
Please, if they keep him next year as their head coach,
So he's he cannot he cannot make the year. He cannot finish the season unless they rattle off 6 straight wins. he cannot be the coach for the entire year.
They're
If
gonna ruin. He's gonna
say
ruin
they're
Herbert.
yeah, if they're 3 games below 500 by the time 4 games below 500 by the time we get to December, he is getting shit canned. 100%.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate.
Yeah.
Whatever. I'm done. We're done talking about it. I hate this. I hate. I hate.
I feel like we say that like every week. We can't talk. Like, I'm done talking about him, but we just love talking to him because it just gets us so fired up how much of an asshole Brandon Staley is.
Terrible.
All right.
Okay, that does it for Sunday. Monday night, Raiders at Lions. Lions -8, over under set at 46.
Mhm.
If you got on this early for Lions, you probably got a pretty good number because it opened at 7.5. It's up to 8. Um, I lean the Lions. I would like it to be closer to 7 so I could buy it to 6.5. But I have to
Yeah.
pay a decent price for 6.5 now. But Monday night, see how it goes. I think Jimmy G is still questionable to come back.
Mhm.
So maybe if he plays, that line comes down a little bit. But I
Yeah.
lean Lions in a bounce back week at home on Monday night.
Yeah. I have a feeling this might be one of the more lopsided public bets on the season on a Monday night. I'll probably be on the Raiders, just saying that, just giving that information. But I also just don't really have a whole lot of interest in betting that team. So we'll see. I mean, it's Monday. Their starting quarterback is still questionable. So much to be determined over the weekend.
Yeah, I'm seeing 70-30 Monday night.
Yeah. It's pretty lopsided. And all that late money on Monday, everyone coming in on the Lions. I bet you it gets to closer to 80-20 by kickoff.
Yeah, I think so too. That's Monday night. As we go closer to game time before we lock those in. But that's it for NFL.